if you come to invest in Tanzania, the first thing is you look on the regulations and the policies. The second thing, if you want to invest in the agricultural sector, you say, where is the land? How can we access land? The government embarked in a huge program called Block Farm System. What the government is doing, we acquire the land. We don't grab the land. We acquire by the law. If it needs compensation, we pay compensation. The government does proper soil analysis. If you come to the Ministry of Agriculture, you will come straight, you say you want to farm what? Sunflower. Go to Singida. We have 150,000 acres. What do you want? The second thing is, we give what we call subleasing title of 66 years. I repeat, we give you a subleasing title of 66 years. But we will sign with you a performance agreement. That what is your business plan? When are you going to utilize this land? When is it going to be utilized? And then you'll be taken to the TIC for the TIC to facilitate you with all the necessary opportunity. But when you produce, we consider agriculture and livestock and fishery as a business. You know, historically, a farmer goes to the farm. When the farmer produces, he's alone. But when he gets the crop, they become public properties. We start putting regulations, say you cannot sell rice, you cannot sell maize. Those are history in Tanzania. You produce what you want to produce and you'll sell anywhere in the world. We will not ask you a question. It is the role of the government to make sure the Tanzanians are well secured in terms of food. We are food surplus. And that's why the government decided to invest a lot of money on the infrastructure development, on the irrigation. We put a lot of money on the post-harvest losses. And the government has changed the operations of the post-harvest losses and the storage facility. Through National Food Reserve Agency, through cereal boards and other infrastructure cooperatives, we allow private sector to use the public properties for their storage. They do aggregation, they can use government infrastructure for their storage, so that they wait and later on sell. But because of the logistic and location of Tanzania, Tanzania has become a hub for the fertilizer business. Most of the traders and big companies invest in Tanzania on the logistics and the storage of the fertilizer so that they can trade with other landlocked countries. But the government knows that if we want to increase productivity, we have to reduce the cost of production. We embarked in a huge program on the fertilizer subsidy. It was a huge discussion. Some people said that, you know, whatever you are doing on the subsidy is a distortion to the market. Thanks to the African Development Bank, they understood our game plan. And we say the subsidy program is not only for smallholder farmers. In Swahili we say kilimo sio umaskini. Most of the time people, when they discuss smallholder farmers, they think of 1 acre, 0.5. The program of this country now is, when we define smallholder farmers, we start with 10 acres. That's our definition. So we are trying to help the smallholder farmers. Instead of using small land, we aggregate them in a bigger blocks so that they can get economies of scale. And even the subsidy scheme of the government did not only focus on smallholder farmers. We are intending to reduce the cost of production. We allowed even the large-scale farmers to access fertilizer, which was subsidized, because the bottom lines are very clear. We want to increase the productivity. So these are the areas whereby we think that the country is doing. We have transformed on the policies of the trade, on the agricultural areas. My counterpart, Minister of Livestock, on the engagement, he will tell you more on the opportunities on the livestock. But this is the second largest country in Africa with a a lot of cows and goat. Yesterday in the presentation, if you take we were told by one professor that if you decide to take all the Tanzanians of the 18 years old and you take all the cows and distribute to them, the average is every Tanzanian will get maybe 2 or 1 cow. 1 cow, eh? Yes, every Tanzanian will get 1 cow. So there is a huge opportunities on the livestock sector. There is what we call national ranches, land, whereby the government is promoting the possibility of allowing private people to use public infrastructure. We are embarking in a huge program for the development of the infrastructure on the seed multiplication. The government is putting a lot of irrigation on the seed farms owned by the government. But who will produce the seed? Not the government. The government will focus on the research and development, get the right variety, allow the private sector to do multiplication, and the government will take the seed to distribute to the smallholder farmers at the subsidized rate. This is the second year, and we are going to do this for the next 8 years.